Hey everybody, we are so having a great time here today. We've had our pictures of our auras done. We've been talking to so many cool people that are this year, for whatever reason, this year doing things that is so different than what they've done. Ariel, you're one of those people, right? And you know, I don't know if you guys can see this card, but if you look at the beauty of this card, it's really incredible. And I want to just a little bit tell people about it. And so if I look at this, I'm looking at a card that says Healing Twin Stone. And what this says for me, the boldness of this card, is that you are saying yes to your passion and your calling. And you were telling me before we started this that you're just doing it this year.
Yeah, in public.
In public,
Like
right.
reaching out to others that I've never reached out before. I've been doing it for families and prayers, and I had an anonymous Facebook page
Did
that
you?
I do a lot of writings on, and actually trying to reach out to the world if I can about positive vibration.
Yes.
And I just want to change things that is going on that is so negative in the
Yeah,
world. It's
yeah.
so much destruction. I mean, we have to go through that to reach to the new era of the Aquarius that we are moving into. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's just sad to see people die and, you know, things like that. But I look at it in a positive way and try, maybe we can change it, you know, be not so dramatic, to be more, you know, change people's mindset to be kinder and show compassion and unconditional love to all. And that way we can minimize all this negative energy that's going around. Because a lot of times all this things that's going around is because we are all, you know, contained with all our traumas from childhood and experiences. And we feel so angry and don't know what to do with that anger. So one way is to teach people to release it all and be at peace with themselves first. And then you can be at peace with all the others around you.
What has your personal journey in life been like for you to be able to have you be so passionate and purposeful about this? What was your life like?
It was pretty kind of crazy.
Yeah, mine too.
I started off when I was 13, and I had a spiritual attack by spirits, and I'm actually from Malaysia. So it was like, whoa, what's going on? And I had friends like just leaving me in school because like, what's going on with you? And I didn't understand. And it was also, you know, the hormones that's going, it's being a teenager. And that was a lot. And I probably had a Kundalini awakening then. I did not understand. And my parents like, what is going on with her? And I was like walking, do not know what I was doing. And I felt this immense, intense energy coming out from God knows where.
Right.
And I heard voices and stuff like that. I was like, what's going on? As a young kid, you have no idea. Then I just, you know, kept just praying on my own and just reaching out and calling, like, what is happening? And then it was one day, and Archangel Gabriel just came and gave me support from then. And I just held on to that and was drawn to the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
So, and later on, that was later in my teens, I think 20s, and it slowed down after, you know, 17, 18, it slowed down. But I had lots of experience during that 4 years. It's really hard because you try to study and then you know, first thing first, parents would think like, what's wrong with her?
Right.
Just bring her to the doctor, or bring her to this, you know, like, Buddhist temple and all kinds of temple, Bomo, if you heard of that one. So, and like, do you know how to fix that problem they think I was going through? But it actually, then I was drawn to the Catholic Church for some reason, and I went there and I got baptized on my own, and then things started to slow down and just kind of went away. And I just held on to prayers over and over and over during that teenage years, and then one day two spirits came to me and said, we are very sorry for what we did to you in your life. And I was like, what?
Wow.
And I was like, okay, that's it. So I'm going to change prayers. Instead of exorcism that people do in churches, I'm going to just shoot in positive prayers to everything, like love, you know, similar to what Buddhism do.
Exactly.
It's all about peace and love, and all the negative energy just poof, go on. They actually thank you for praying for them, and they're not angry. Because when you exorcise, you're saying you're wrong. But if you show them like we love you, no matter what you are, maybe the spirits are like lost and need the guidance, then they feel the immense love from you, and they're like, okay, and maybe they will help. And I told them, whatever you are, I can't see you, I just can feel you, or whatever it is. Just do good to all those around you, and help others. And if I manage to help you through prayers or whatever that I did,
Yeah.
so that's what.
Well, they're
I'm
prayers
trying
of
to do.
love.
Yeah, just the old
but
things.
prayers of
that's
love,
all it
not
is.
prayers of anger.
Exactly.
Right? It's prayers of love and gratitude.
Yes.
And that is like the vibration up
Yes,
here.
yes,
Right?
yes.
Instead of the prayers that are down here of anger and hate
Yes,
and fear and
yes,
like
and
that.
pushing and destruction. It's never good to do that. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because when we go back in ancient, history and look at spirituality and religion, we look at some of the masters that walked the earth. Those were prayers of love and gratitude and healing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so today you're here with me because you've decided to now take your gift out. You've decided to come here. You were telling me you're going to be going into the next room, right?
Yes,
and
I
then
am.
into the temple.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what this is going to be like for you.
You mean what I do in there?
What are you going to do in there? But how does it feel to you?
It was at first a bit nervous because I've never done this before in public.
Yeah.
And but the thing is I feel it's more like talking to someone, and because I'm an empath, so I can feel how people feel and sometimes see what their lives are. And this last year I had a big awakening, and then I got to know and saw my past lives and stuff like that, and a lot of very strange things, and meeting someone else just like me. I was like, what's going on?
Wow.
Yeah, like twin flames kind of stuff.
Yes.
So it's really crazy, and I like, okay. But it made me, change things, and in relationship with my spouse, I like, because he's atheist, I believe, and he doesn't understand that side of the world of spirituality, because to him it might be very bizarre to him.
Yes, yeah, I would imagine it is.
Because you can't really see it,
Right.
neither can you feel it. So
Right.
how can they associate with those things? So I totally respect that. But I'm so into it. It's so hard not to talk about it to him.
Well,
so.
it's so hard for you not to be who you are.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, right? I mean, it didn't work when you tried not to be who you are, right?
Yeah.
Because you had been guided and moved in a certain direction in your life.
Yeah.
And now here you are in that certain direction in your life,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But I would imagine the people that work with you and sit with you, they appreciate what you're doing, don't they?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully.
What do you feel has been most important to you in bringing to you the level of awareness you have? What has been most important to
For
give you
me,
that?
I'm just really thankful to God and to all the beings that been supportive after the experience that I've gone through, and remembering all the past. And I just really want to reach out to people to share the positive vibration, just like everybody else here are trying to do, so that we can move in and transition to this new era smoother, and not so it's like boom for a lot of people, because they don't understand what's the energy change. I see a lot of divorce going on. I see a lot of breakups. I see a lot of anger that is circulating, and they're like, after when they got angry, it's like, what just happened? They didn't even know what's going on. So I can feel the energies, honestly, from the world, or there's something going on. I can't explain it, just can feel it.
I've talked to a number of women here in the past couple weeks about, what they're doing in the world, and they are not going to live their lives anymore in secret about their gifts.
Right.
And sometimes it's hard to talk to a significant other or a spouse about that.
Correct.
And what I'm finding is that they're not willing to sacrifice bringing their gifts to the world for either a marriage or anything else.
Yes.
It's got to be hard, though.
Yeah.
It's got to be hard, though, for people.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to live in the shadows because we are afraid.
Right.
Because there's still a lot of controversy about this thing. A lot. I mean, although Seattle's a really more spiritual
Not so controversial
city, not
here,
so,
right?
it's
Yeah.
like norm,
Right.
almost norm.
Yeah, it is. But even in the world today, we're starting to be more and more about looking at the world in multi-dimensional ways,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Different levels
Yeah.
and different layers. What do you think is the greatest thing that we are looking at to change the world now? What can we do? How can we contribute? Because I got to tell you, 13 years ago when I started this positive talk radio,
Wow.
there weren't many people doing it.
Wow.
And, the
amazing.
world has changed.
Wow.
What do
Awesome.
you see happening now?
For me, it's we got to start with ourselves.
Yeah, we do.
Change our perspective of how we think and be positive ourselves.
Yeah.
Then we reach out to those in our family. If we have kids, we reach out to them and teach them the right values of life and morals. Then we reach out to a spouse and try to explain to them in a very
Right.
gentle way,
Right.
something that they can be more tangible and feel it instead of just telling, I saw this and that. It's
Right.
Like, what is that? I saw this and that. I can't see it. Only you can probably, or maybe
Right.
not. You're just saying it. So we got to approach things, and because everyone has different belief system,
Yeah.
and we can't deny that, and we got to tell them, like, maybe how do you see this? Or maybe because a lot of people don't understand things in a certain way. We all comprehend differently because we are all different individuals. So we got to respect that. And one way to get through to everyone is to accept everybody's whatever beliefs they have or things like that. And that's one way to reach out to more people.
Yeah, I agree
Just
with
be
you
humble.
too.
Yeah.
We have taken judgment to a whole new level, really. I mean, we're judging people for what they wear, what they don't wear, how much money they make, how much they don't, what they say, what they don't say.
Exactly, yeah,
And,
yeah.
what if we would have just stopped
Take it all that. Yeah.
What if we
yeah.
just stopped?
Yes.
What if there was nothing really else to do
Yes.
but cut back judging people, right?
It will make so much the world peaceful place. Like you just look at a person not as a person, but
Right.
as the soul core of the being, and then you erase all judgment, not color, race, or whatever. You just look at a person as a little light, and a bright light, in fact. And a lot of us cover that light with a lot of negativity
Yeah.
through past,
Yeah.
through parents' upbringing, and all that. And just strip it all down. It's just a being.
Yeah. Millions and millions and millions of people believe they have souls,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
But yet millions and millions and millions of people are
Yeah.
not willing to see the soul-to-soul connection.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yes. They
And
can't see it.
No,
somehow.
we've let our humanity, this earth skin,
Yes.
dictate how we
Yes.
are to be to each other.
Exactly.
What would you like to share with people? And thank you for joining me here today.
Thank
so
you very much for allowing me to.
It's so
talk to you.
wonderful to honor you and the work that you've said yes to. It's not easy. It's not easy being us. It's not easy being us, right?
Yes, I agree.
But it's way harder not being us. So what do you want to say to people that are watching, that are listening, about how they can become their truest selves?
Just be positive, and if you're just emerging and still struggling to know who you are,
Yeah.
just know that you're special, and it
Yeah.
takes time to grow, and every one of us have a specific timing, and some of us have to go through lots of lessons, and never for 1 minute think that whatever you go through, if very traumatic events, which I don't want to say or label, whatever things that happen to you has a purpose. Just think of it. It makes you stronger instead of pulling you down. And if you feel that event pull you down, go and talk to someone you know, or a counselor, and talk about it, and probably can, enlighten you. And don't think like I went to Patty Coughlin's
Yes,
conference,
Patty, yeah.
and she told all the stuff she go through as a
Yeah.
child, with a mom hating her and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. And being raped, stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
like, wow, that's powerful. And how can you handle it? Most people can't. So
I
it
know.
just takes some special people to be able to go through it and show us all that we are not any different. That's how Jesus lived his life, as a human, and go through all the sufferings that we all go through,
Yeah.
or any other great teachers around that, Buddhism or whatever religion, Muslims, or what's his name? What's the prophet? Muhammad.
Muhammad, yeah.
So I respect every being that's on earth who are teachers, and even for us, every one of us are teachers in our own way. And we try to reach out in different ways. Even kids can be our teachers.
Exactly.
Sometimes they tell me off. I was like, what did you just say? And I'm
Well,
like,
the
"Oh my
universal
gosh."
message is love. The universal
Correct.
vibration is love. It's
Yes.
not hate.
Yes.
It's love.
Yes.
And if we can keep that in the forefront
Yes,
and understand
exactly.
that, you're right. Many of us have had to go through horrific times in our lives in order to find the courage to step forth, as you have done. Tell people how they can find out more about you. Website.
Yeah, I haven't really developed this, but after this conference, I have to work really hard.
By the time this shows, it'll be up.
Yes, I hope so. I'm gonna work hard on this.
All right. Thank you so much for a great time. Thank you
Thank
for all
you.
that you're doing.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time
I
with
look
you.
forward to seeing what you evolve to.
I hope so.
All right. Thank you. We'll be
Thank
right
you.
back.